What's up, guys? If you watch my videos, you know I stay in Airbnbs a lot, and hey Mac, hey buddy. Oh, you can, he's so cute. Just a couple days ago though, I had my first crazy experience in an Airbnb. Like, I had to leave the place. I stayed there for 2 weeks. I don't know how I stayed there that long or why I did, but I had to get out. The Airbnb was haunted, and I don't even believe in ghosts and stuff, but I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on there for sure. Now, before I start this story, I don't want to make Airbnb sound bad, because you can have a bad experience at anywhere you're staying, like a hotel. Like, I've had plenty of bad experiences there, and just did make a video on it. So yeah, I'm still going to keep staying with Airbnb. I still love it. Just for my Europe trip coming up alone, I have 3 different Airbnbs for that. But yeah, this was just a weird occurrence and occasion, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Alright, so I booked the Airbnb, and when you go to look at the Airbnb's page, the perspective of who the listing's from is from Sunny. S-U-N-N-Y is his name. He talks about his land and how his daughter and her son, I think that was their relationship, was helping him out, run the place, blah blah blah. It goes on, and then at the end of it, it says he has lung cancer. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, the whole point of that is the listing was wrote from Sunny's perspective. Sunny wrote that. It was his Airbnb. He was renting it out. I'd been messaging with him, and it says Sunny. I'm talking to Sunny, but also could have possibly been the daughter or her son. And then first thing, when I pull up in the Airbnb, I see a tombstone with Sunny's name on it. Here's the driveway, and there's the tombstone. That's also a parking spot right there. And there's the Airbnb. Yes, a tombstone. And this is literally 15 feet maybe from where I sleep. I look out the window from my bed, level with where my head's at, is a tombstone. So just from the start, that gave me weird vibes. And then the tombstone is spelled differently. It's S-O-N-N-Y. On the listing, it's S-U-N-N-Y. And the license plate on their car is Sunny with a U also. I tried to figure it out, and the only things I can think of was maybe he went by Sunny with a U, but his name was actually Sunny with an O, and he just went by Sunny because he was a happy, upbeat person or something. Or to make it even creepier, what if the name on the tombstone was misspelled and they just didn't fix it? Yeah, I pulled up an Airbnb, and there's a guy whose listing it was supposed to be buried right there. He probably wasn't actually buried there, but it was his ashes or something. Even if he wasn't buried there and it was just a tombstone, why would you put a tombstone at the Airbnb whose name you're renting it from right beside their place where they sleep, where they can see it out their window? The place itself was kind of supposed to be hidden away, and then the pictures kind of made it look like it was at the end of a long driveway, back in the woods or whatever. And they didn't show in the pictures that the people's house is right there at the top of the driveway, really close. And I don't know what was up with those people, but they were weird. I hate to say that because I'm not trying to be mean, but I just had some weird interactions with them. Even the house itself was creepy. It was nice. I liked it. I liked the layout in the backyard for Mac. 3, 2, 1. God, he just ran off the disc. Good boy, Mac, get that ball. Yeah. But you could tell it was old, and just, I don't know, it gave you weird, creepy vibes, or at least it did me. So outside of that same window, right beside where I slept, the first 2 nights I saw a light outside of it, or what I thought was a light, and then later on went to check, because there's a lot of those little solar lights that you can put along a driveway or in a flower garden or whatever. They had a bunch of those, and I thought that's what it was. But when I looked, there was no solar light or any kind of light at all whatsoever in the spot that I looked at. And I saw it 3 nights in a row, and I even sat up in the bed because I was getting up to go to the bathroom, and I was just what is that? And I didn't even think anything of it. I was just oh, it's a light out there. The only thing that I found in that spot where the light was coming from was a yellow flower. And weirdly, there's a bunch of yellow flowers right in front of the tombstone and throughout the property. And his car was yellow, his name was Sunny, and the light that I saw was a yellow light. It was a little, I guess I'm gonna call it an orb, because I don't know what else it was. It wasn't a light. There was no light there. Flowers don't just glow and light up in the night. Yeah, that was weird. Even just thinking about that now, that still kind of freaks me out, because I don't know what it was. And then after I looked for it, I didn't see it again. The next night, it was not there. And that freaked me out even more, because I was alright, maybe it was a reflection or something coming from in the house, but after I looked, it was gone. I didn't see it again. And even the first day I got there, there's this heater thing, which makes noise anyway, because it's a heater, it's a really old or whatever, but just, it was creepy. I felt something, I don't know, I felt something creepy about it. And then Mac barked at it and growled at it, he was looking at something or could sense something there. What, Mac? What do you see, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I heard noises in the night. One night I thought I heard footsteps. And I don't think it was like somebody like at the house, like, but I heard footsteps. And then another night I woke up probably like 3 different times during the night, because I usually like wake up a lot, and like right where my bed was I could like glance in the living room. The first 2 times I woke up, I looked in the living room, everything was normal, everything was fine. The third time I woke up, the front door was wide open. Like in the middle of the night I woke up once and the front door was fine, and the next time I woke up and the front door was wide open. Like just even saying that again gives me like chill bumps and creeps me out. And this door wasn't like super easy to shut either. Like you have to kind of like slam it to get it shut all the way. So the fact that it was just like randomly open like that was pretty freaking weird and creepy. So first thing, the water stopped working, and I had to message them. I was like, hey, the water stopped, can you guys come fix it or look at it or whatever, I don't know what's going on. And then I seen like a leak out back, which was actually just like a little pipe draining, I think, but I told them about that. They replied back and said, all right, we'll come down and take a look at it. And I was like, well, hold on a minute, I'll be going out of your way in just a few minutes. And then I even told him my dog's friendly, but I want to get him in the car first, just because like he was in an unfamiliar place, like, and somebody walking out in the house, I don't know how Mac's gonna react. So yeah, I was precautious and I was like, yeah, let's just get out of the way. And then his reply was, I didn't say you had to leave. And I was like, oh, I know, I'm heading out anyways. So yeah, I'm still at the house and he comes down anyway. After me telling him, let me get out of the way, let me get my dog in my car, he came down. He came onto the porch, and then I let Mac out thinking everything would be fine. He didn't like attack him, but he like jumped on him, and Mac like put his mouth around the guy's arm. He didn't like bite down or anything like that. He just like letting him know, hey, you're at my house. I mean, Mac thought he was an intruder really, because he like came into the gate and he's like right there at our front door, and it's like a corner too once you get out of the door, right there where the gate's at. So the guy was in a corner, Mac came out, and Mac has no idea who this person is, and yeah, it was a bad situation. But before that, I literally told the guy, don't come down, because I knew that exact thing would happen. And after it happened, the guy was cool, like he didn't act like it was a big deal or anything, and he even sent me a message later and was like, hey, is he vaccinated? He didn't break the skin, but my doctor wanted me to make sure. I was like, yeah, he's got his vaccinations and papers and all that stuff. And yeah, I told him sorry, like he's in a place he's not familiar with, and he's just like protective of me. And they were like, all right, no worries, I understand, we're so glad to host you. 2 days later, I'm down at my grandma's house, which is like an hour and a half away, 2 hours away, where she's about to have surgery. And then I get a message from the host saying, hey, big bag of dog food was left at our door. I put it under our arbor entering the porch. If you can stop by on the way, in the driveway, no name on it, why I opened it, thanks. Which yeah, she was saying there's no name on it, and that's why she opened it. When I got that message, I didn't even think about it, but later on when I got to the package, they opened my mail. It was a big package from Amazon. It had a label on it. If you look right where they cut the tape, right beside it, is a label, and it has my name on it with their address. Obviously they were just being nosy and opened my mail because they were curious what was in it, which that's illegal. You like can't open somebody's mail. That's against the law. The next thing that happened was the hot water stopped working. I could only get cold water, and I like cold showers, but I like to also be able to wash off in a warm shower sometimes and feel like I get clean. And again, I had to drive back down to where my family lives because my grandma was doing the surgery thing. So in the morning after I took my cold shower, I like got all my stuff together, drove a couple hours, and then was dealing with that. And I told him like later on in the day, and the woman was immediately, or the guy, whoever was replying back to me, I really don't know. These people gave me weird vibes, and I literally couldn't tell if it was the woman or her son messaging me back. And in my message, I said, hey, I took a shower this morning and there was no hot water. It was warm for the first few seconds and then it was just cold. And then they replied, I'll go check the pipes. I wish you would have told me this morning. So weirdly, just kind of like rude replying to that message, like I wish you would have told me sooner. Then I said, it's no big deal, not a problem at all. I've been busy all day and wasn't in a rush to get it fixed. And then they replied, so there is hot water. The pipes are fine. I need to see if it's on the inside that is okay. Do you have your dog? Then he comes down again and like doesn't even tell me he's coming down, but thankfully it's in like the little like outside area to the house. It's still like indoors, but it's like in a separate little room connected to the house. Then he sends another message and says, I reset the hot water heater. It seems to be better. It is very important these type of issues are addressed to us so we can fix them and not have guests upset. So I said, I understand. Sorry I didn't let you know sooner. I was busy all day and not in a rush to get it fixed by tonight, but thank you for fixing it. And then again, they're rude. Just let us know in the future. You might not think it was necessary, but if there is no hot shower in the morning, you might be unhappy, and then I like to fix. This is another message. Things when they happen, but time to let it go and enjoy your night. Okay, that was kind of weird. Did I not make it obvious that I wasn't in a rush to get it fixed? It wasn't a big deal. I wasn't going to be unhappy, but time to let it go and enjoy your night. what? So yeah, he reset it, the hot water was working, and then the next morning at, let's see what time. It doesn't even say what time, but it was like 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, like super early. And they said, hey, you guys have hot water? We have a plumber coming out to look at the pipes between 3 to 4. I just wanted to give you a heads up, but you don't have to be here if you, and then another message, got plans. Then I was like, hey, yeah, it's working fine now. I took a shower this morning and it was good. And that said, I won't be here around then, but my dog will be inside by himself. So just let anyone know so they don't walk inside on him. Basically saying like, hey, I don't want somebody in my place when I'm not there, and my dog's gonna be there, and like for his protection, I didn't want somebody coming in, not because he would do something. And they said, okay, well, with the hot water running out, it needs to be looked at. Even though I told them the hot water's working. And I said, okay, no problem, just let them know about my dog so they don't come in while I'm not here. Then she says, well, they might need to, so can you take him with you? And I had plans, like I was busy that day, I had a lot of stuff going on, so I said, I'm working today, so unfortunately I can't take him with me. I took a shower this morning with no issues at all, the hot water was working great. And then I even said, I'll be gone most of the day tomorrow, along with my dog, if that works better. Sorry, just short notice, I have to work today. So yeah, super short notice to let me know that, hey, you got an appointment and somebody's gonna be coming into your place that you're renting today. My house, which I'm renting for a whole month, somebody's coming to look at it when I'm not there and I have no say so in it. Or even like when the appointment's gonna be, or if like that time works with me before you set the appointment. And then the woman from the Airbnb calls me and is freaking crazy. She's yelling and rude and like calling me names and like saying all kinds of stuff. Like, the reason you don't want somebody coming down there is because your dog bites people, he's untrained, you don't know how to train your dog, you don't know how to take control of him, blah, blah, blah. Like all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Like just being completely rude. And the whole time I'm like apologizing and like saying sorry, like I didn't mean for that to happen, blah, blah, blah. Even though they were in the wrong. They came down to my place when I was like, hey, don't come down to my place because of my dog. And they did it anyway. And she's yelling at me on the phone about this appointment that she has later in the day that I can't be there for, and I don't want somebody coming into my house because my dog's there. Because why would we want to have the same issue we had before? And then she's like, well, if I'm gonna reschedule this plumbing appointment, it's gonna be about 60, 70 bucks and you're gonna have to pay for it. Really? So the appointment you just made probably like 5-10 minutes before that, it's gonna cost 70 bucks to be like, hey, can we just do that tomorrow when the guy's not going to be here and it works better for everybody? No, she wanted to be rude and act like she couldn't. We hung up the phone and then I was like, I have to do something. I have to call this woman back. I waited a minute, called her back. She was still rude and I was like apologizing, like saying sorry, blah, 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 going on about that. And she was just like, yep, okay, okay. Then she snapped. And she was a different person, like instantly. Like she was bipolar or something. Like she was rude 1 second and then she was laughing and told me a story about how animals and dogs are alike and animals just have fur or something like that. I don't know what she was talking about. It didn't even make sense. And then I was just like, oh my god, I'm dealing with some crazy people. So yeah, she was in a better mood and like laughing and happy and stuff, so I figured like this is a good time to end the call, and I let her know like, hey, I'm gonna get my dog out. I go ahead and do the appointment. I don't want to make like, I don't want to cause trouble or argue or anything like that. I just want this to go easily and not have any problems. So after the plumber's done, they send me a message and it's like, hey, thank you for letting your dog out, blah, blah, all is well. They got the water fixed, so that was done. And then she tells me, or the son or whatever, whoever it was like, I wasn't gonna mention this, but I noticed a sticker I put on your blue recycling bin on the porch that I asked you to please use, which they didn't ask me to please use that. They just, I guess, insinuated that I was gonna use it, and she thought she told me or something. I was not on it anymore, and it's not being used. It'd be nice if you did. We try to recycle here. I was gonna recycle. I always recycle. I even told her, I was like, hey, I haven't touched that bin outside and I like didn't pull the thing off of it you're claiming I did. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna recycle. Don't worry about it. Now after that phone call, I sent Airbnb an email and like let them know like, hey, there's some weird stuff going on here. I don't like it here. I wanna leave. And yeah, let them know that. So fast forward to a few days later, I'm creeped out by this place. I'm hating it. I don't like staying there. Like I'm ready to leave my Airbnb and I still have 2 weeks there. I get back later at night, like 12:30, something like that. And my car alarm started going off. And I think what happened was like I hit the button, like that didn't freak me out or anything. Like I was pretty sure I did it. After a few seconds of it going off, like I hit the lock button and got it to stop or whatever. And then later on in the night, I wake up and the guy had sent me a message, or whoever it was. I don't know who I'm talking to this whole time. It seemed like sometimes it was him. Then sometimes I was like, that has to be the woman, it can't be him. At like 4 o'clock in the morning, dead of night, I wake up and read this message. Hi, just wondering if you knew about your car alarm going off. I went out there and nobody was there. A friend of mine said I should tell you because it might mean the battery will be dead in the morning. I don't know enough about cars, but just letting you know, night. This next message was the final straw. I was like, alright, that's it. I'm freaking done. I'm not staying here anymore. I thought it might actually be something paranormal. I'm not sure if you believe, but this place I believe could be. What? I wonder why. The guy's place that I'm staying at is buried in the yard like 10 feet away. Did you just say the host of the place tell the person you're renting it to that this place may be haunted? Especially when I've like felt that the whole time, and like I don't believe in this stuff, but I was creeped out the whole time I was there. Now, actually the day before they let me know that paranormal stuff was going on, I'd actually started my conversation with Airbnb. They reached out to me and was like, hey, if you can prove evidence, like show this tombstone and stuff like that, we can like reimburse you and we can get this cleared up and get you out of this place. And yeah, Airbnb was super nice. They hooked me up. I found a new Airbnb. I actually like saved money. Like this place was like $200 cheaper. And normally if I'd have just canceled that place and left, I wouldn't have got a refund because of how they do their stays. Like if you do a long-term stay, you just can't be like, all right, I'm leaving, I'm getting my money back. But under the circumstances and because I showed proof, Airbnb was like really nice and hooked me up. I got half the money back for my stay because I still had 2 weeks there, and I left that place and I'm in a new place. I feel so much better. Like literally after I left that place, I felt a weight lift off my body. I'm 100% serious. I didn't even realize like how down and just like heavy and like way down I felt the whole time I was there. It was weird. Like I don't believe in that stuff, but something was going on. I felt so much better after I left. Like I was in a better mood. I felt more positive. I didn't feel like there was like a dark cloud around me. And I can even tell Mac was in a better mood and like happier. Like he felt better. In the last place, like when I came to the door, he was right there at the front door waiting on me and just looked like weird. And in this new place, like he doesn't even rush to the front door all the time. Like he's like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm comfortable in this place. Yeah, even Mac was weirded out. He definitely could pick up on something. Oh yeah, and as I was leaving and like packing in my car to like finally leave the place, the people at the Airbnb were like looking out their windows. Like they had like a black tarp over some of their windows, and like I could see at times it was like lifted up, and like you couldn't see somebody looking, but you could tell somebody was like lifting up the tarp, like watching you. And even the whole time I was there, I just felt like watched, like somebody was watching me do everything that I was doing. It's over now though. I'm in a new place. I feel so much better. I'm glad that's over, and I don't want to say anywhere that could possibly be haunted ever again. I don't like that. It's not my thing. So yeah, if you guys want to check out Airbnb, I'll put my link down below. If you're traveling, check it out because you can stay in somebody's house that you can rent. And hopefully they're not super creepy people. That's a really bad like ad for Airbnb, but seriously, the Airbnb is awesome. I stay with them all the time. You'll see the new place I'm in a couple days, and like it's freaking sweet. And the other Airbnbs I've stayed in are sweet. You just have to be careful, just like you would staying anywhere else, and make sure you read reviews and see how the place is before you like decide you're gonna stay there. Subscribe right there to my YouTube channel if you want to follow along with my videos and my life, traveling and skateboarding and doing all the stuff I do and weird experiences I share like this with YouTube. So yeah, subscribe so you don't miss any of it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.